What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Monday Night Wars Greatest Hits Elite Series, and Gorilla Monsoon is the Build-A-Figure. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, so first of all, I already recorded this. My camera messed up. If you want to know like what hands they have, just go look it up. Obviously they have their posing hands, they have mic holding hands, which is really all you need for the Elite sets. For the Ringmaster over there on the left, though, he does come with the $1 Million Championship, which looks good. We've gotten this a few times from Ted DiBiase, Ted DiBiase Jr., maybe Cameron Grimes, I can't really remember, but we got it again with the Ringmaster in the Network Spotlight series that was exclusive to Toys R Us back in the day. It is a solid accessory, though, even though it just flew off as soon as I picked up the Ringmaster. Then up next we do have Howard Stern Bret Hart. He comes with mic holding hands, like I said. He comes with the Howard Stern glasses. We'll talk more about that figure in a second. Gorilla Monsoon comes with mic holding hands because he was, who would have thought, an announcer. He comes with pointing hands, and he comes with open hand, like slapping hands, which is interesting for an announcer. Then DDP, of course, comes with his diamond cutter hands, and then he comes with mic holding hands. Ken Shamrock has fists there because he's a fighter, and he does have mic holding hands. So we're going to talk about Gorilla Monsoon in a second. We'll talk about the other figures, whether you should pick them up, whether you should leave them on the shelf. If you want to build a figure, go ahead and pick them up. But Ringmaster, this I thought upon first glance was the same body, head to toe, as the Stunning Steve Austin figure from Elite 100. And I think it still might be, but this right leg, actually this right arm's having trouble going down. This right leg has the Vietnam Mattel factory issue, where if you stick it out to the side and you pull it back, it feels like it's going to stay in place or break or something like that. That's not a good time. But this figure is fairly plain unless you want this version of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It is an upgrade from the previous release because here we have the True Effects. If you feel that's an upgrade, some people don't feel that's an upgrade. It does come with interchangeable hands, double jointed arms, I think are always an upgrade. And it is boring though, like I said, it's just got white boots with a black star on them, plain green trunks, just a black elbow pad. I will say this though, with the big knee pads, I was worried it was going to be hard to bend, but he can bend very well, which doesn't really happen much with these knee pads. So yeah, I say go pick this one up. It's an upgrade for sure. Then we get into the Howard Stern Bret Hart. This is an upgrade of the 2-pack release with Goldberg, which was that ugly, god-awful salmon-colored suit. So I think that is an absolute must-have. This is the only Bret Hart in my collection, or I would compare it to something. I'm just looking here in the drawer. I don't own a Bret Hart figure. I cannot stand him, to be honest with you. As far as the facial expression, there it is. It's what you expect with Bret Hart. Pretty bitter guy, to be honest. But I think it looks like him. A lot of people say it doesn't. I will leave that up to God at this point because people love to criticize the Bret Hart face. But it does look nice. Has his logo, the 4 hearts, the flames on the side, Hitman, star on the boot, has the Hitman logo on the back. I could 3D print that if anybody wants that, just let me know. But it is what you would expect with a Bret Hart figure. Maybe this has some significance. I don't know. I don't keep track of Bret Hart, I'll be honest with you. But it is a solid figure and a definite upgrade, which is what you would expect from the Greatest Hits line. Also, I don't think that one had double jointed arms, so this one does as well. Then we're going to the Legends Diamond Dallas Page, very, very early in Mattel's lifeline. And this one is a massive upgrade. Once again, double jointed arms, has the True Effects. For this head, I've always felt that this head looks like Kurt Angle with a beard. Maybe it's just me. Maybe that's not a good Kurt Angle head. Maybe, let's see. That's not a good one either. Either way, I've always thought it looked like Kurt Angle with the beard. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it does look good. I do have the regular here, not the chase, so it has the purple band. No detail on the back or the front. It does have the pink and green DDP logo, which does not happen. I don't think it's ever happened from the Mattel WWE line. So that is nice because it's brand new, which is very good. The big standout here, though, for me is the clothes shirt. Easy must-have there. But the black vinyl-looking pants, which put it up next to another figure let's see what we have here, which is like just a flat black, and then you have the shiny black. It is night and day different. That looks real as can be. And then Braun Breakers, obviously, is just a matte singlet. That looks really good. A must-have upgrade. And I haven't seen a DDP figure that I did not like, to be honest with you. They've all been pretty good, and it's just he's a great guy. It's great to get his figures. Glad he's under a Legends deal. But just looking at the figure, the tattoo detail is insane, and it looks good. But every time I have a DDP figure, it is impossible to not put him in the bang pose, not to be confused with the other bang pose. Ken Shamrock here. This is the one from the set that you could skip on because a lot of people have complained about the inaccuracy of the kick pass. He has a short kick pass. Actually, you know what? Is he on ball joints? He is on ball joints. So you could take your original Elite and swap the legs from it onto here, and then it would be fine. It does have a Shamrock on the front of the robe. I'm not going to be keeping this figure, so I'm not even going to take the robe off. I'll put it up on eBay or trade it to a buddy. But it is unfortunate. It does have double jointed arms, unlike the last, or the red Ken Shamrock we got in like WWE Elite Series 40 something, 50 maybe. I think it was late 40s. I don't recall exactly because I didn't pick up that figure back then. But we did get a Shamrock in the green and blue in the Legends line, which I believe, yeah, it did have double jointed arms. So you can go pick that one up. If you need the red Shamrock, here you go. Just know that people said that the lower legs are in fact incorrect, but they do have the ankle pivot like all figures do now. So it is nice. Also, I love the detail of the broken nose. I don't know if it's actually broken, but it does look broken. So it's always looked good. But this one does not appear, I was going to say it doesn't appear to have true effects, but under a closer look, the mouth and the eyes definitely do. So you don't need that Shamrock. But for the main event here, we have Gorilla Monsoon, which in my opinion is an upgrade. There have only been 3 Gorilla Monsoon figures from Mattel. There was a collector's edition. There was the Tales of the Territories 4-pack of him in ring gear on Mattel Creations right now. And then we have the Build-A-Figure here from the Monday Night Wars line. There are a few differences here though. I think the head is the same. I don't have the first one to compare to, so it is nice to be able to get a Build-A-Figure now and not have to worry about, you know, like paying the ridiculous price for it, even though you had to buy 4 figures. That's a story for a different day. It has the clear glasses, which the original one had black glasses with golden frames. Be careful though, because mine did get bent out of the packaging. That is unfortunate. This has double jointed arms though, which is an upgrade of course. The first release had a black bow tie. This one has a rose colored necktie to match the suit jacket itself. I do think this one is a little short though, unfortunately. If you take him and you put him up next to Ken Shamrock, Gorilla Monsoon was definitely a lot taller than Ken Shamrock. So that part does suck, but instead of having to spend like $150 on a Gorilla Monsoon figure, this is an easy way to get around that, because I think it would benefit anybody. It's a definite upgrade. So when you have 4 out of the 5 figures are upgrades, I'd say it's a pretty solid set. You could argue that the Shamrock is an upgrade for the double jointed arms and stuff like that, but that is not my story to tell, because I never watched a Ken Shamrock match. I didn't watch wrestling until he was long gone. I think he might have done something in like TNA that I called. I don't know. But that is going to be it for today's review. I figured I'd throw you guys a full set review. I don't get them much. My Walmart barely ever has wrestling figures, to be honest with you. But I walked in today and I found the full set, so that was pretty nice. But that is going to be it for today. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy.